Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something I think we all chase after but find really hard to build. I'm talking about real, unshakable self-discipline. So let's get right into it.
Okay, just take a second and think about this. You know that big goal you have, that project you've been meaning to finish, or maybe that better version of yourself you can picture so clearly? What is really standing in the way of making that your everyday life? Well, more often than not, that gap comes down to one simple word: discipline. It's the bridge that gets you from just having an intention to actually taking action. And look, this isn't about motivation, because that comes and goes, right? This is about building a system that works, especially on those days when you just don't feel like it. And the system we're digging into today, it's built on 10 core pillars. I want you to think of them like 10 fundamental habits that, when you put them together, create this incredibly solid foundation for mastering yourself. Now, to make this super practical and easy to remember, we're going to frame these 10 pillars as a powerful engine. It's got three main parts: the fuel that gets it all started, the action that really ignites it, and the flywheel that keeps it running day after day. So, first things first. Part 1, fueling the engine. You just can't drive a car on an empty tank, right? Same principle. Before you can execute on your goals, you need the right kind of energy. This whole section is about getting your mind and your body ready to perform at their best. The very first pillar is all about what you consume. It's so simple but so powerful. What you put into your body is the direct fuel for your focus and your drive. And this is a choice we have to make, multiple times every single day.
And what's so cool about what you're seeing here is the contrast. Over on one side, you've got comfort fuel. You know what I'm talking about. The sugary, processed stuff that gives you that quick high and then a crash. But on the other side, you've got energy fuel. Clean, whole foods that give you sustained power for your brain and your body. Real discipline starts with choosing the right fuel. All right, our second fuel source is movement. Look, this is not about trying to become some kind of world-class athlete. It's about making it a non-negotiable part of your day to move your body. Why? To build physical strength and, this is the important part, mental toughness. Yeah, the physical benefits are obvious, we all know that. But the real power for building discipline comes from the mental resilience you get. When you push through a tough workout, you're literally teaching your brain how to push through any kind of challenge. Okay, the last piece of our fuel is all mental. Before the day gets crazy and pulls you in a million directions, this pillar is about intentionally setting a positive tone. Gratitude isn't just some passive feeling, it's something you have to actively practice. And it's so simple. All you do is ground yourself for a moment, literally write down 3 specific things you are genuinely thankful for. And just by doing that, you frame your entire day with a positive, proactive mindset. It works. Okay, the engine is fueled up. Now it is time for ignition. This next set of pillars is all about taking that potential energy we just built and turning it into real, actual progress that builds momentum every single day. Oh man, this one is an absolute game changer. Procrastination loves it when we avoid things. So the cure is simple. Attack the one thing you want to do the least first. Doing this trains your brain to just face resistance head-on, right from the start of your day. It's a really simple 2-step move. When you sit down to start your day, just ask yourself, what's the one thing I'm really dreading or resisting right now? Whatever that is, that's your target. Go after it immediately, and I promise you, the rest of the day feels so much easier. So, discipline isn't just about adding good habits, right? It's also about getting rid of the bad ones. But here's a much smarter way to do it. Don't just try to eliminate a bad habit, actively replace it with a better one. For instance, let's say you get that urge to just mindlessly scroll on your phone. Instead of fighting it with sheer willpower, you swap it. You commit to reading just 1 page of a book instead. See what you're doing? You're replacing a negative loop with a positive one. These next 2 pillars are all about forging pure willpower. First, you have to create an environment where you can actually focus. That means your phone needs to be out of sight when you're doing important work. And second, you have to actively seek out things that are uncomfortable, like taking a cold shower, just to train your resolve. This quote really just says it all. When you willingly do something hard, like stepping into that freezing cold shower, you send a super powerful message to your brain. You're saying, hey, I am in control here, not my impulses. It's like doing a rep for your willpower muscle every single day. All right, we've fueled the engine, we've ignited the action. This final part is all about the systems that keep that engine running day in and day out, creating this powerful flywheel of momentum that eventually makes discipline feel, well, almost automatic. The whole foundation of this flywheel is structure, and that structure is created by two bookend habits: going to bed on time and waking up at the same time, every single day. Seriously, self-control really begins with respecting your own need for rest and recovery. By locking in your wake-up time and your bedtime, you create this non-negotiable container for your day. This gets rid of a ton of decision fatigue and gives you a predictable rhythm that all your other good habits can just anchor themselves to. And here we are, the 10th and final pillar. This is the one that makes sure you're always getting better. See, discipline is not about being perfect. It's about being reflective. A quick review every night is the feedback loop you need for real growth. And the process is so easy. You just ask yourself 3 questions. What were my wins today? Where did I fail or fall short? And here's the most important one: what lessons did I learn that I can use tomorrow? This is how you make your progress compound over time. So, to wrap it all up, just remember that discipline engine. It all starts with the fuel, getting your mind and body ready. Then comes the action, executing with focused willpower. And finally, you build the flywheel, maintaining all that momentum with consistent systems. Now remember, looking at all 10 of these pillars at once can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. But personal mastery isn't some overnight thing. It's built brick by brick, pillar by pillar, one discipline day at a time. The most important thing is to just start. And that really brings us to the final and most important question of all. This isn't just about learning something new, it's about doing something with it. So look back at these 10 pillars and decide, which single one are you going to start building tomorrow?